I'm extremely dyslexic, sir. And when I was a kid, I was in special ed all through school. My mom would do all my homework, all my projects. And then they still put me in special ed. And my sweet mom would always say to me, you know, there's nothing to be ashamed about being in special ed. And I'm glad she felt that way, because technically she was in it too. You know, it's really... It's wild. If your mom does your homework, parent-teacher conferences, it's like a different... It's a different vibe. So the teacher would be like, I think Phil needs to put in more effort. And my mom would be like, how dare you? He's working full-time. He's raising 3 kids. He's a modern woman. Dyslexia is tough because you don't see it coming. I had no idea, you know? Like, kindergarten went well, girls, very well. And I arrived in the 1st grade and just everyone started reading. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stare out the window for a decade. But you guys, you do your thing. 6, I found out I wasn't gonna learn how to read at 6. That is young to get bad news about the future. 6? That's like pulling a kid aside and being like, hey, there's a good chance you're gonna be a degenerate gambler. He's like, what are the odds? Okay. Did you two hear that one? Oh, good, okay, yeah, it's just... It was kind of a perfect joke, and I looked over and it was like... staring at the painting American Gothic, so I'd love to just, if you guys could just step it up while I pursue my dream. 3rd grade, the teacher was old, and she learned to teach before dyslexia was invented, so she didn't think it was a thing. She thought it was something that people made up to get attention, like a gluten allergy. She'd make the whole class read, and then it would be my turn, and I'd be like, I can't read, it's the same situation as yesterday. And she would say, sound it out. Even as a kid, I'm like, yeah, that's just reading. You know, like... It is so insensitive to tell a dyslexic child to sound it out. It'd be like if someone pulled you aside and was like, hey, I can't eat this, I'm deathly allergic to peanuts, and you're like, chew slowly. One time, so this is gonna break your heart. There's no way you can handle this. One time I'm trying to read, I'm in 3rd grade, I'm sputtering on the syllables, I can't read. She stops the whole class, she's like, Philip, if you can't read and you can't write, how are you gonna pay your bills when you're an adult? Yeah, and I wish I knew then what I know now, because I'd just be like, talking shit about you. In the 8th grade, I'm gonna go through all the grades. In the 8th grade, they tested my reading, and then they come back and they're like, you're reading at a 1st grade level. And I have no idea why they needed to be so specific and so cruel. I don't feel like they do that in other situations in life, you know? Like if you're a grown man and you go to get a physical, the doctor's never like, hey, you're in perfect health, but by the way, you have the penis of a 9-year-old.